You've already done this. You're doing it now. Remember when you were a kid and you saw something that didn't make sense? A weird shadow in your room. A trick question. A riddle someone told you at school. What happened? You froze for a second. Your brain said, wait, what the fuck? That's confusion. And right there, that's when the mind opens. Because your brain hates not knowing. It craves patterns, like a junkie craves dope. And when it doesn't have one, it starts reaching, stretching, digging. Neuroplasticity kicks in, like a searchlight looking for the answer. That's where the magic begins. Chunk down, see the small details. How do you already do this? When you pause at a plot twist in a movie, your brain races to figure it out. That's confusion. When someone says something contradictory and you say, wait, what do you mean? That's the crack in the wall. When you're stuck trying to solve a Rubik's Cube, then suddenly, bam, the pattern clicks. That's the brain rewiring. You already live this shit. So chunk up, see the bigger picture. Why does it fucking matter? You know why cults use paradox and riddles? Because they confuse the conscious mind so completely, the unconscious goes, alright, I'm done figuring this out. Just give me the answer, I'll believe it. Boom, belief installed. That's Ericksonian hypnosis. That's NLP. That's every TED talk that made you cry. Every book that changed your life. They didn't tell you, they led you. They confused you just enough that your brain surrendered and rewired itself around the solution. Confusion isn't chaos, it's construction. The science, let's get nerdy for a second. Cognitive dissonance is when your brain holds two opposing beliefs and it gets uncomfortable. For example, I'm a good person versus I just lied to my friend. You can't sit in that discomfort forever. So your brain picks one or reframes the other. It has to resolve the dissonance, and that's the opening. That's where you slip in a new idea. Neuroplasticity is your brain's ability to literally rewire. When you learn something new, think a new thought, break a pattern, bam, new neurons fire, new pathways form. And when you confuse someone and then lead them gently, they rewire around your guidance. That's not magic, that's biology. Your brain craves certainty, but worships novelty. Think about that. You want certainty, but you're addicted to change. You want security, but you chase adventure. You're a fucking contradiction on legs. So, what do? You break the pattern. Break the fucking loop. You ever find yourself doom scrolling, spiraling, procrastinating, stuck in, I'll do it later? That's a loop. A mental hamster wheel. And what breaks it? Saying something out of context, doing something absurd, asking a question that doesn't quite make sense. Erickson once asked a woman who was compulsively washing her hands, have you ever noticed the dust settles on the sole before it settles on the fingers? She paused, that what the fuck moment. That's where healing starts. That's a crack in the trance. That's your entry point. So pace and lead. First pace. Mirror their language. Validate their reality. Reflect their values. I get it. You're stuck. You're scared. You've got bills. You're doing your best. Now lead. Point to what's possible. Show them a new lens. Ask powerful questions. What if the fear isn't a stop sign but a doorway? What if procrastination isn't laziness but misalignment? Their unconscious says, hey, this person gets me. Then it says, maybe they know something I don't. Then it follows. Elicit their values. Find their soul's GPS. Here's how you rip the truth out of someone's heart. When they rant, ask, what value is being violated here? When they regret something, ask, what mattered more that you didn't honour? When they light up, ask, what does that say about what you really care about? People will hand you their soul if you just ask the right fucking questions. Once you know their value, you pace it. Because you care about honesty, that's why it matters. Because you value freedom. Of course you're frustrated right now. Then you lead them to action, aligned with that value. So why are you stuck, and why is it bullshit? You were trained to believe that keeping the peace is safer than telling the truth. That fitting in is more important than standing out. That failing is worse than being mediocre. That's not wisdom, that's programming. You didn't choose those beliefs, but guess what? You can unchoose them. Use confusion, use paradox, use metaphors, use truth. Use love wrapped in profanity, if that is what it fucking takes. The patterns that keep you trapped. Let me name them. The I'm not ready yet loop. The what if they judge me spiral. The I have to be perfect prison. The it's safer to stay small myth. The I'll just wait until I feel more confident lie. Interrupt that shit. Say something unexpected, break your own rhythm, get absurd, ask, what if I just said yes right now? What if they do judge me, and I'm still fine? What if now is the moment I've been pretending isn't ready? You think you can keep avoiding this, and there won't be consequences. Here's the truth. If you don't lead, you'll be led. If you don't break your patterns, they'll become your prison. If you don't step into your fucking power, someone else will take it. The universe isn't mad. It just reacts. You play small, it says, okay, small life it is. But if you rise unapologetically and throw a goddamn stone into the pond, ripples. People around you feel it. Your life starts bending around your courage. Your old beliefs melt under the weight of your new clarity. You're not here to fucking tiptoe through life. You're here to shock the system awake, yours and theirs. You're a disruptor, a healer, a creator of patterns worth keeping. You confuse to liberate. You reframe to empower. You speak truth so piercing it shatters illusions. That's your new role now. And if anyone asks why, tell them. Because the world doesn't need more nice people. It needs pattern breakers with a heart and a hammer. Now go and create some goddamn confusion, and then lead them home. Say it out loud. I am the pattern interrupt. I'm the one who reprograms. I lead with fire, truth, and compassion. I make the unconscious conscious. And I don't wait for permission. Now breathe, let it land. Let the identity take root. Let the change begin. Because it already has.